The men who are sensitive and are always struggling online with women, how women should act, and women should do it this way and do it that way, because they know how to be a woman better than we do. Go on over there. Stay out of our faces with that stuff. We don't care about y'all goddamn opinion. We don't care that y'all don't like weaves. We don't care that y'all don't like lashes. We don't care that y'all don't like BBLs. We don't give a fuck. Okay? Go mind your business. Go fish. Go learn a hobby. Go and get another job. Get some money. Clearly, you ain't making enough money because you got too much time on your hands. Go do something with your crazy asses. Bye.
Listen up, this is say one breaking all the noise. The male's perspective on the mic, bring the truth and poise. There was never a gender war till men grab that mic. Defending was real, cutting fluff, no need to side.
What's going on, gang? I am your host, Say One's History. You're watching The Male's Perspective, man. Do your boy a solid. Please make sure that you guys like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you're updated for all cool new content that's coming out. Look, I was doing my run on social media, looking through TikTok, looking through Facebook, Instagram, and I was trying to come up with topics to actually speak on so I can deliver to you guys, because you guys are great, seriously. But I kept coming across videos about women just frankly just being pissed off at all the men that are out there talking about women in general and black women even more specifically. And the conclusion that I've actually come to is that, they want us to shut the fuck up. Bottom line, they want us to shut the hell up. And I say to that statement, no. And the reason why I say no is because if we shut up, we already know what direction that leads to. We've done that for too many years where men have been getting a raw deal and men are just waking up, and we understand now our value. And not only do we understand our value, but we understand that, I like to use this terminology, that women are not sugar and spice and everything nice. And you can't deal with women on that level anymore once you actually see the true nature of women. Okay? I'm not saying you can't be nice to women, you can't love women, but pick wisely. And that is why we can't shut up. With that being said, let's get into these clips. Let me know what you think. Let's get it. Let's go.
If women like men, why don't women listen to men when they talk? If women like men, why anytime a man speaks about what's going on with him, why they call it mansplaining? So he can shut up. If women like men, why aren't women seeking to understand the people that they say they like? Because men understand a lot more about women than women understand about men. And men have to understand women. You know why? Because sex don't come easy to y'all. You have to put in the work to figure out what a woman wants in order for you to get, which is what most women do. I want a man that's going to do this, that, and the other. But everything you saying that you want him to do is what women do for men, not the other way around. So women are actually looking for a woman in a male frame because the reality is women just like sleeping with men. They don't actually like men. If a man turn her down and she can't get her way, you must be gay. If women like men, then why is that the reality and not women actually seeking to understand the party that they say they like so much? You like a man, then why are you trying to change everything that makes the man the man?
Now that I think about it, that is a damn good question. If women truly like men, why are you trying to change the very things that make men? Seriously, I would really like to know that. For some reason, I feel like we're not going to get the answer on that too. And another thing she was actually saying about mansplaining. That is something that is very true too, because I find it interesting how when you just try to talk or explain to women how you are feeling about certain things, they don't like the way it comes across because of the way a man presents it. I have this difficulty with, regardless what kind of women it is. A lot of women do this. And I hear all this talk of man should be more open and man should actually, try to listen to women's emotions and be more sympathetic. But why is the same not being in return? And I find it even more interesting because you guys are supposed to be the more feminine species. So if it's hard for us to do it, why can't you do it? But I digress. Let's move on to the next one.
One thing I cannot stand is a overly critical man. And I don't mean like, oh, you just have an opinion, and right. I mean to the point where they literally start picking apart everything. Your outfits, your friends, how you get your hair, how you get your nails done, right? Like the music you listen to, how often you go out. Like everything is just put on this under a microdamn scope. And it's just always something to say. You always got an opinion or something to say about something that I'm doing. And it's usually never a good one when you're overly critical.
So listen, the only thing I think, or one of the only things that I think is appropriate to say or use in regards to the rebuttal for her is
no dip.
I mean, really, because my thought process is, what man is actually dealing with you if he has all those complaints about you, the way you dress, your hair, the music that you listen to? It sounds like and this is just me, but it sounds to me like he's really not taking you serious and he's dealing with you to get what he wants. That's what it sounds like. And to be completely honest with you, it sounds like you're not a serious woman. Because to be completely real with you, if all those things that you mentioned that he's genuinely complaining about, if he is complaining about them, the music you listen to, which I would imagine is ratchet, the way you do your hair, which I would imagine is, not appealing, at least to him. That's one that can, be kind of iffy. The clothes that you wear, I can imagine dressing like a hoe. What else did she say? The friends you hang out with, it's not good for the relationship. Okay. All these things he sees. And the other thing I noticed about this is just with men too, is men can't help but to try to throw pointers at women, even if they're there for a short time and not a long time. Because I've done this before. I've seen women that are sexually appealing and get with them for a short time, not a long time, but toward them and hey, you know what? I'm not going to be here in the long run, but for the next dude that comes your way, if you want to try to keep him, maybe you may not want to do this, but it never works out that way. So, they just fall back into that vicious cycle that they end up in, and they keep wondering. Well, actually, they don't wonder. They always say, I can get any man. And my response to that is, you can get any man for what? Because if you're thinking you can get a man, yes, you can. But can you keep that man?
Why do men complain about women that dress half naked and provocative in public, social media, yet still they turn around and follow this type of stuff?
I think that there is a difference between what catches my attention and what catches my intention. And sometimes when I'm scrolling, what catches my attention may be how she looks, how she's presenting. Maybe it is how, the little is out, double tap, but that doesn't mean I want to double tap her heart or her soul or her mind. And what I don't want you to do is to be looking across the aisle for things that ain't for you if a man don't know how to separate the two. There are certain women that will be good to that man's body, but will she also be good to his soul? Will she feed it? Will she upbuild him? When he stumbles, will she be there to lift him? Will she be the threefold cord that with God they can create and nobody can break it apart? But here's the thing. There are some men that don't know the difference. These are the bitter men because they chased instead of chasing class. So I guess what I'm trying to say is leave those type of alone.
So the thing I've noticed with women is that they want you to do what they want you to do without any type of input from you. They don't want you to have any type of input, any type of suggestions for them because they know everything. But they want you to do what they want you to do. And, it's very interesting to me because it's contradicting. Because we hear as men all the time that, mansplaining. And we hear women say all the time, that man should be a little bit more opening to listening, and women had to fight for all these kind of rights. So why is it that when men are trying to explain, when men are asking for the same fucking things that you're asking for, why is it an issue? And in this case, all men really are trying to do is give you information to be a better version of yourself. But they don't want to hear it because it's accountability. It's literally their freaking kryptonite. And it's sad because I'm getting into my motivation thing, you guys. I'm working out and I'm listening to my motivational videos. And one thing I heard today that's so true, and it fits this particular instance. And they actually said that your problems will become, he said your problems will become your abilities. Because once you figure out a problem, it becomes like a solution. It becomes your asset. It becomes your ability. It becomes your secret power, because something that you have learned and you have mastered, other people have not. And if you're running away from the very thing that's going to make you a better person, you're never going to get anywhere.
Men have stopped giving advice because what can you possibly tell somebody who already knows everything? A lot of times, women ask men for their opinion, not to actually listen, but to see if his answer matches what we already decided in our head. I'll give you an example. A man says to you, your attitude is going to stunt your growth. But instead of listening, right, we start defending that same stank attitude. Babe, stop spending money trying to look successful and actually save it. Now he's controlling, right? Telling us what to do with our hard earned money. He tells you something like, you keep reacting emotionally instead of exercising discipline. You have to be reasonable in certain situations. Now he's too harsh and he's not your father.
Okay, so look, I'll okay. Finish her. I'm about to. All right, so the way it was set up, at least in scripture sense, is that the women were there to be the helpmate, right? and God sent a woman down for wise counsel, and men are supposed to listen to women. Okay. Now, if we reverse that and we say, and by the way, I don't have any issue with that, and I think that men should. But if we reverse that and we lay down the laws of what a woman should actually listen to when it comes to a man, when a man is the head and he makes the final decision, she is to submit to that. When a man is actually giving her wise counsel because he is the leader, you should be able to receive that information. So it's a symbiotic relationship. You're both listening to each other. Why is it an issue when men try to tell women the things that they see? Why does it always get flipped around? You're being too hard on me. I just don't like the way you said it. I've heard that one. I'm sure you guys have actually heard that one before too. Okay. Why is it, okay, well, you hurt my feelings, or it's a scenario where, I don't know, let me think. You know, it's all my fault. Now you try to become the victim. It's just, it's mental gymnastics. Men see through it. And ladies, when you go through a conversation like this with your man, whether it be over the phone or whether it be in person, you get usually one definitive response from him because he recognizes the bullshit a mile away. He shuts up. And keep in mind, ladies, especially for these women that are not married, if that man is shutting up enough, and this is happening on numerous occasions, eventually he's either not going to care enough to even entertain your bullshit, he'll leave, or he'll just resign and wait for you to leave, but continue to try to get whatever he can from you until that time comes. See? Told you something about yourself, but you didn't want to hear it, and it's not going to help anyway because you wasn't listening. So, whatever.
You are a 4 at best.
Guys aren't meant to see this many hot bitches.
Back in the olden days, they would see 200 baddies in their whole life. And now
In
it's
their
like
whole life.
in their whole life. And now it's like they are desensitized to it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll have conversations with my guy friends where I need to check them, where I'm like, you need to check yourself. They'll be like, oh, well, her hair wasn't perfect, or she didn't have like veneers. So I just didn't. And I'm like, you are a 4 at best. Like, this is insane. You think that you have access. You actually, they're so delusional. They think that
They're
they
so
can
delusional.
bag like these hot girls because there's so many hot girls on Instagram.
And then they do them dirty because you think you're going to get another batter, which that's like at what?
Whoa. I'm sorry. I had to cut that right there. Did you hear what she said? Let's go back to it. Let's go.
These hot girls because there's so many hot girls on Instagram.
And then they do them dirty because you think you're going to get another.
So look, this is crazy to me, you guys, because women are telling men like myself to shut up in these podcasts and stop talking about them. But if they just listen, just take heed and listen, they would understand that it is a book to essentially get everything that you want as a woman. We are telling you the playbook so you can get what you want. Okay? And the other thing too, this lady, what she's saying about men actually being around women that are 10s and 20s and all that as far as looks, let me tell you something. Men don't give a shit about looks anymore to the degree that you think we do. We don't care about that. As long as she is 4, 5, 6, anywhere around there, we're cool. We are trying to get what we want emotionally, mentally, and from a heart, from a loving perspective. If you don't have that, your attitude makes you look ugly. We can give a shit about the way you look. if your attitude is shit. I'm trying to explain this to you. The leverage that you guys thought you had when it came to your looks no longer matter to the degree that they used to. We are look, this is what you asked for. Remember, this is what you asked for, ladies. You told us to look. Why don't you listen to me? Why don't you try to understand me for more than just my body? Remember that? Remember when you told men that? We listened to you. See? Reading is fundamental.
Y'all know the type of man that I cannot respect. It's the man that talks so bad about women. It's one thing to say that a woman is not your type, or you just state things that you don't like about a specific woman. But for you to sit there and talk so bad about a woman, you talk about her wigs, you talk about her nails, you talk about the outfit she wore, you call her all type of hoes and this hole this and that hole that, and they ran through and just talk about women so bad. Like what happened to you? The ones who just always bros before hoes or money before hoes and F a hoe and a hoe this and a hoe is that and the female is this. Like, damn. I mean, talk about women so bad. Like, they're the worst thing that happened to life. Like, they're the worst thing that was ever created, especially when they post it on social media all day. Like, and it's just all they talk about is just dogging women out. Bad.
You know what I dislike about women? Is when women try to shame men in regards to giving their opinion about the things that they don't like about women. And they make it seem like men hate women and we just dislike you, period. But reality is we're actually trying to tell you the things that we actually don't like about you so that you can potentially change them and actually be better for it. Why is it that when you tell us the things that you want us to change, we can actually look at that objectively and make a decision on whether or not we should change that? And 9 times out of 10, if it's not something crazy and the man cares for you, he will do that. But you know what I'm starting to think it is, guys? I'm really starting to think that in a woman's mind, she feels like she already has so little, like what's the word I'm looking for? She feels like she has so little damn it, not contingency, authority over her life. She feels like she has so little authority over her life that to give any bit of authority up feels like a non-negotiable for her. I think she feels like it's giving away her essence or giving away who she is. But I mean, all you got to do is go to the military and realize that shit doesn't actually make you who you are, because they take away all that stuff from you. And then you're still the person you were created when God made you. Like, ladies, you got to get off your high horse.
The men who are sensitive and always struggling online with women, how women should act, and women should do it this way and do it that way, because they know how to be a woman better than we do. Go on over there. Stay out of our faces with that stuff. We don't care about y'all goddamn opinion. We don't care that y'all don't like weaves. We don't care that y'all don't like lashes. We don't care that y'all don't like BBLs. We don't give a fuck. Okay? Go mind your business. Go fish. Go learn a hobby. Go and get another job. Get some money. Clearly, you ain't making enough money because you got too much time on your hand. Go do something with your crazy asses. Bye.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Yo, rest in peace to the Godfather, man. I mean, because this was a clear this was a clear example of shaming, insults, and guilt, and the need to be right. I mean, the shaming just on a whole nother level too, on top of that. Um, the other thing too is I think it's funny how all the things she mentioned that men are asking her not to do, or women to do in general, was the things that are actually going to benefit you health wise. Statistics have actually came out in different studies showing that when women wear wigs, particularly black women, it actually messes up their natural hair and make them go bald. When women get BBLs and stuff like that, there are health issues that will actually come up with that. When women get breast implants, there are health issues that come up with that. So basically, allow you to kill yourself is what you're saying. Okay.
This is for the women. So if you're a dude, you can skip or scroll. But seriously, I just have a question. I don't know if it's just because of my age now that I get really annoyed with men telling me what to do. But I have a shirt on today that says, "Don't tell me to smile." And I walk in to Kroger to get a coffee. And I'm just walking. And I literally had a man think he was funny and be like, "Oh, you should smile." And I just look at him and I'm like, no. Why are you going to tell me what to do? Just like in my videos, someone tells me not, or someone is like, stop doing that. I'm going to do what I want. Stop telling me what to do.
You guys, I really am starting to believe that women feel like they don't have enough agency over their life and over their bodies as much as, they really do. And I think because they feel like they don't have that agency, that they're, they are trying to keep whatever sense of authority they have over themselves, so they don't feel like they're being controlled. And it's delusion, because in a lot of instances, you actually have more control over your body and over the say-so of even men in a lot of cases, i.e., being able to abort or keep a baby if you want to. And a man has no rights over that, even though half of that baby is his. But in the same token, you can actually hold a man responsibly, even though he didn't want that baby. So I really think it's a situation where it's a little bit delusional, because a lot of women think they don't have agency over themselves. But in reality, you have more than you really know. That's all we got for you guys today, man. That was a crazy one for me. And like, I really started to have an epiphany, thinking to myself, damn, I really think women, the reason why they have so many issues with men actually genuinely giving them advice so they can be better, is because they feel like they don't have agency over themselves, and they feel like they're not getting a fair swipe at life. They feel like they're not getting a fair deal, and because of that, like, they're pushing back everything, even the things that would actually benefit and help them. But I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think. That's just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think. I want to hear it. Again, I appreciate you guys watching, man. Make sure that you like, subscribe, so that way I can actually get my content to more gentlemen like yourself, more people who actually want to see this. But with that being said, man, I appreciate you guys, like, seriously, and I will holler at you later, man. God bless. So what have we learned today? Hopefully something, because I learned that I need to ask you to like and subscribe to this video. It would really help. I mean, you already watched the video. You might, just click it. Click it. Click it. Click it.